right, sit down. I feel like I'm in a Twilight episode. Oh, this is horrible.
Episode.
I feel like white. I feel whited out.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like a vampire.
Look at the lights, right?
Look at our lighting,
This is what we have.
dude. But look how good we look,
The lighting looks so good.
right? Dude, we actually cook so hard. Mm.
Look. So warm, white, and then blue.
Blue. Dude,
Yo,
we
put
have
us
to-
on some warm. Oh my god, please.
No.
Like warm.
We
Warm.
gotta give it blue for like skits and stuff we do. Like I want to do like some Twilight, like Twilight skit.
That's because it wants to be cozy.
Yeah.
Warm is cozy.
That's what I'm saying. We
This
gotta
is
just.
when we want to be like viewed, right? This is
Mhm.
like
Right,
this is
right.
It would not be this bright. I would put it to like
That feels fine.
I would put it to a much dimmer.
Yeah, that feels like we want to.
This right here, I don't know why this reminds me of like if we were doing like a Christmas episode. I don't know why that the
Jingle
white light-
bells,
yeah.
oh jingle bells.
Dude,
Na, na,
next
na.
year, I'm
Do you know my you know
next
my
year-
aunt?
at,
Wait, I
at
don't know
one
if
of
I
our
wanna say this
houses
on
we could
podcast.
have the Christmas tree in the
Yeah.
background. What's up, TrailBlazers?
Welcome back to a special Christmas episode,
Merry
and then we
Christmas,
can do.
everybody,
we
and
can
happy
do-
holidays!
Yeah, it'll be great.
We do like gift exchange, but it's like really like it's just
Yeah,
like
we'll
the
do
most.
a f***ed up gift exchange.
Dude,
No,
I
bring
give you like
guests
a
on.
human
no,
head.
No. We should bring guests on, and we'll do a f***ed up gift exchange for our guests.
Except
Dude.
it's like a reverse white elephant.
We get
Yeah.
one huge mic, and it's like just a bunch of fun. Oh,
No, we got to do it. At
No,
the
we
same
have to
time.
do it in
oh,
front.
All right.
one.
Hold on. In front of it, everybody. 3, 2, 1.
That was clean.
That
All
was.
right,
That was nice.
who wants to?
Welcome back,
Oh, okay, he's got it.
TrailBlazers. Woo! It's good to see y'all again. Episode 10.
Yeah.
Wow.
Double digits,
Finally
baby.
made
Woo!
it.
Crazy.
Let's go. Get us a 300, and we will be silky smooth.
Mhm.
We'll be so smooth.
Baby
That was
sauce.
Wax wheel out. Gonna spin for body parts.
Mm.
That's gross.
Wait, does that not
Oh,
sound
you
good?
freak.
Okay, hear me out though. What if we made this like really awkward? Instead of it being like a spinny wheel, like we can actually like spin up on the wall or something like that. It's just a wheel in the center of the floor, and we just spin a bottle.
Mm.
Dude, like a big. I don't know why. I imagine like a big game of Wheel of Fortune. We have this massive wheel. We have to take it, like spin it.
Giant fucking roulette wheel.
Oh, balls again.
Oh,
God damn.
shucks.
We should.
It's
we
90%
should. Guess
ball-
what I'll do?
balls,
I'll
balls,
go,
balls,
I'll
balls,
literally
balls,
just go,
spits.
because you can go to like fun fact, you can go to like FedEx, you can go to like all of these like mailing companies, and they'll just give away cardboard boxes for free for when you have to ship stuff. Just no one's watching. But if you ever want free cardboard, go there, bro. I'll just get a ton. I've done this before. I'll just build us a Wheel of Fortune.
I have a
wheel for
bunch
it.
of extra cardboard too that I
Great.
just keep for
I'll
projects.
literally just build us a Wheel
Yeah.
of Fortune wheel. That's
But,
what I'll do in my free
Let's
time.
go.
Also, like, have
Well,
y'all
we could
seen
also
that
use
one?
pallet wood.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but also
That'd be heavy though.
Have y'all-
that's
yeah,
what, well,
we
I
would
can
wanna
use that
use
as a base.
cardboard.
I'll use that as a base. The cardboard is all the. spinning
Also,
cards.
like in reality, we could also just like for like $10 on Amazon, just get a wheel. And then,
Probably.
like, write
but
stuff
that's
on
so expensive. And
it. But also, have y'all seen
the
that
crowd
one
Think about the
guy?
budget, bro.
That one guy who does the Twister Halloween costume, where it's like green, blue,
Yes.
yellow, purple, and then red is on his crotch, and the spinner on his back has red all at the bottom. So obviously, gravity when you spin it, it goes to red. He's
That's
like,
funny.
oh.
Oh.
Yeah, but we could just do that where we have it up on the wall, but it's always taint, just every
It's
time.
always taint.
Oh.
I'm actually excited. I think
You
it's
wanna
gonna be fun.
Wax
you
your
think it's gonna be
taint?
fun for which one of us do you want to wax your taint?
Which one of us do you want to?
I mean, I
see?
think it would have to be Vald or Jimmy
Thank
because
God.
no, I'd be too hard.
Can we all make a promise? Can we all hands in the middle make a promise right now?
Okay.
Imagine our hand. Yeah, let's like prayer.
Oh, we're praying.
Yeah.
Oh.
We will all shower immensely before that episode.
Yes.
And I mean,
Yes.
please.
Dude,
Please.
I will say if
Some
I-
people over others.
that we should do that for the wheel. No, wait, I have an actual.
And when I say shower, I mean with soap. For some people.
And water.
And water.
Hey, and I
You
I
don't
air
just
dry
stand in
shower.
the
and
shower.
I'm just saying, like, get like a rag or a loofah. Don't just be like.
Dude, you don't just
Dude,
stand in the
rub
I
sh-
that-
am
Vaseline on your
mad.
nipples.
That is the what is I'm sorry, but when you go to the shower, do you sit there and you're like, huh, I have to how do you wash your hair? How do you wash your hair? You.
Okay, so
With
I
your
get,
hands? No, shut up. With your hands or no?
Yeah.
Yes. How do you wash your hair with your hands?
With my hands.
How do you wash your hair with your hands?
I mean, yeah.
What is the difference between putting my hair, using soap with my hands, and then just going a foot down to my stomach? Explain to me the difference.
There's not suds, so you don't feel clean. It's not pretty.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Because
I
there's
am
no
sorry-
difference.
hang on,
I'm
wait,
sorry.
Realistically, there's no
have-
difference.
I'm
Soap
sorry.
as well.
I am an alpha with chest hair that can sud it up, and you three betas, liberals,
So you wash
Okay.
your body
took
with
a
shampoo.
vaccine, and now you don't have hair.
That is, yeah. I mean, I got the vaccine right
fuck is
around. I
going
started
on?
working in chlorine, so I mean, it could be either.
No hair.
Yeah, no hair.
No, I've got
body
no
hair.
chest
Take
hair.
your shirt off and prove it.
That's not what Anya's
Take-
roommate said.
Take your
Oh my
shirt off and
God.
prove it.
Hold on, what?
Oh my
Okay,
God.
so the other day I'm walking with Jimmy and I meet. Oh my God. Okay, I think I remember their names. There's Anya, Warnick,
Yeah, Warnick.
and then Anya's roommate. I don't know her name. And we're all talking, and I meet them, and I'm like, yeah, I'm Jimmy's brother, and they're like, what? You're Jimmy's brother? And then we ended up getting like talking, and they were like, how old are you? And I was like, I'm going to be a sophomore. And then they were like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like we thought you were older because of the facial hair. And then Anya's roommate, who Jimmy thinks is like beautiful, goes, you're just a hairy man, aren't you? And I was like, me and Jimmy laughed at her. Like, I felt
Dude, did I
bad.
tell you guys the fact that she stuttered? She hit a stutter, and she hit that stutter so hard that even me trying to be in like cool, trying to seem funny and calm and collected mode, because she went like, because I think she asked like what age you were or what like major you're gonna do, so she went what, and it went on for that long, to the point it went on for so long that everyone was looking at her, and I busted out laughing so hard. I laughed at her really hard. Dude.
That sounds deserved, though.
And you know what's funny that happened the other day that I didn't pay much of attention to?
Yeah, what?
When we were both sitting at that bench,
Yeah.
and she walked past and she waved hi, and then I was like, oh, dude, she said hi to you, and you went, she said hi to you.
She
And,
just
and,
said
and, then,
hi to you.
and then I thought about it for a second. I was like, she did just look at
She
me.
literally just
only
looked
said
at
hi
him
to
and
me.
said hi to him. It genuinely, oh
Jimmy
my
was
god.
right.
I was
Jimmy
literally-
That's
closer to me
so
than
funny.
Valdez right now.
Genuinely
so
insane.
funny.
Do you guys want to know also something really
did
funny? Also something really funny,
Mhm.
because I don't want to think about that. We're sitting. I'm talking, getting Chick-fil-A with my friend Zach or whatever. We're talking
Dude,
about
Zach's so
him,
cool.
right? And Zach's super chill. And everyone at VC was like, so is Grayson like, because they're trying not, apparently they think it's like a touchy subject, like adoption, I guess, or like non-biological. They're like, so is Grayson like, you're like brother? And like, I refer to a lot of people outside of my like biological siblings as my siblings, because to them, they are on the same level as my biological siblings. To
Mhm.
me, there's no difference. They're my
Mhm.
siblings, right? So I just referred to them that way to people I meet or to anybody, right? So I'm like, oh yeah, he's my brother. Not thinking about it, right? And he goes, is he like, and I'm like, he's like, so how are y'all like related though? And I forgot for a second that me and Grayson were gonna come up with a lie at our college that we're biologically related, and I almost let it slip, and I said, by blood. And Zach goes, Zach being the king goes, oh, so like biologically, because you guys don't look alike. And I was like, yeah, I mean, he looks like my dad, I look like my mom, you get how it is, right? And he's
Mhm.
like, yeah, man, I totally get it. Dude.
We are going to
Dude,
lie
we're
to
gonna
so
lie
many
to
people.
so many people. It's so
Like,
good.
And it's gonna
And
be
there's
even
some
weirder
people
when I
who know
walk
that
up.
we're not biologically related, so it's gonna be funnier, man.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be so much weirder when I walk up after coming down to visit y'all from my college and just like, yeah, no, I'm also their biological sibling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's our sibling.
It's like, yeah. Dude, that's going to be awesome.
That's gonna be legendary.
Hang on. Do you think, okay, so the people that do know
Mhm.
versus the people that don't, what do you think is going to outweigh? Because eventually one of the sides is going to figure out the other. What do you think is going to outweigh
Well,
it?
the problem is that the people that know are like classical, and the people who don't know are jazz, right? So as long as we just keep telling more people, those people, and I love them to death,
Mhm.
are so easy to be like, stop messing with me, man. They're joking. They're lying around. It could be pretty easily to societally flip them to be.
Oh, we could
wrong.
gaslight them.
Yeah, I'm trying to nicely
gonna
say
get all of 'em.
gaslighting.
We could gaslight.
We're
the
gonna
shit
get
So
out
there's
of
like,
them.
it's like Maddie, Cora, Henry,
What
Johnny.
if we lie to them? What if we like tell them we're actually blood related?
Did you see the ASMR video?
Which ASMR?
Dude,
video?
it's awesome.
It is really, really
Can I put it up?
funny. If you want to put it up right here, if you want to save it till the end, what do you want?
I
want to
put it here. I want to put it here so we can talk about it. Has Vald not seen it?
I don't even know what y'all talking about.
Okay.
Okay, can
you
we
can
pl-
play it for
Hang on,
them,
I
and I'll
got you.
play the
I have it
clip,
right
and
here.
then we'll cut it.
I saved it on my
Alright.
phone.
So once Grayson pulls out, we'll wait. Once Grayson pulls,
I never pull out.
Well,
Pull
you
out
have to
game
have
week.
sex to pull out. So,
Got an excellent point.
and you kind of gotta like not fumble stuff.
I put my heart and soul into this. I want you to genuinely tell me what
It
you
is
think.
really good.
Okay,
It
okay.
is really, really funny. All right, here's the clip.
Turn it
Put it
sideways.
sideways, please.
Oh, Daddy, you're home.
Oh, hey, kitten. Oh, are you playing League of Legends or Genshin Impact today?
Yeah, I just queued up a game of League.
That's really great, kitten. Hey, did you eat today?
Yeah, I ate some white rice.
Rice? Again?
Yeah, that's all I know how to make.
So you didn't see the link that I sent you?
Oh, sorry, I didn't see the Discord notification.
Well, I sent you a link to HelloFresh.
HelloFresh? What even is that? I wouldn't even know how it works.
Oh, well, it's a meal delivery service, you know. It's meal prep without the hassle of grocery shopping and meal planning.
But I still want to know how to cook all the stuff that comes with HelloFresh.
Well, you don't have to worry about that, kitten, because every week HelloFresh sends a box of pre-portioned ingredients with cooking instructions and nutritional info.
Wow, that sounds too good to be true. HelloFresh must cost a lot, huh?
Well, actually, on HelloFresh, you can get 12 free meals and free shipping, plus 50% off if you use the promo code TrailBlazers69420Blazin'.
Wow, HelloFresh, I guess, is just that easy.
Yeah, I guess HelloFresh really is just that easy. Now, go ahead and log off for me, so we can go ahead and watch some Naruto together. How's that sound, kitten?
Yeah, sounds great, Daddy. Thanks, HelloFresh.
Come back in now.
I'm gonna keep playing audio like of us laughing quietly behind it.
Okay,
'Cause that's so fucking
this
funny.
has to be an official like ad at some point in time that we give for HelloFresh.
Holy shit, that's
No,
gross.
it's like it's crazy because
I don't know why you were eating it.
It's actually disgusting.
Those
There's
are
hair.
always
There's
so
hair.
gross.
There's hair all in him.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, because you're wearing food as
Ugh.
jewelry.
Uh-huh.
You don't understand the drip.
your drip just ate sodden, bro.
It's about drowning or dripping, and I drowned today.
maybe if you knew if you
Oh,
knew how to
yep,
swim,
yep,
unlike
say it. Oh, he said.
some people.
Hey, dude, all I'm saying is it's
I'm
better.
not kidding. That motherfucker would be like literally freestyle, perfect form,
literally,
not
literally,
moving.
They're just not
Hey,
moving.
it's all
Like,
about the
just not
perfect
moving.
form.
I don't even know.
Like I'll never forget the paradox in which the current from the James was pushing
Mm-hmm.
harder than they could
Who?
swim. Yeah. And dude, it was hilarious. They're like struggling. They're like, I'm going somewhere. They're not.
They're
moving
literally
at all.
I don't think I can describe it to you. Me and Grayson were moving. They were literally complete. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Completely still in the water.
You know in the sky when you see like a plane that's just like still, but it's
Mhm.
yeah, it's
Or like a
literally,
bird when it's just like hitting the wind perfect, so it's
Yes.
just like hovering, but
Yes.
it looks like it's flying.
Yes,
That is
It's
what
basically that.
Okay,
dude, it was hilarious.
So back to the greatest thing I've ever made.
Mm-hmm.
That took me 15 minutes to make in photo. That took me 15 minutes to make in Photoshop. That took me 15 minutes to make in Photoshop. And so basically, me and my friend Johnny, they were showing me other ASMRs they made, and
Dude,
we
they're
were
so
sitting there. I
funny.
think Grayson was sitting there as we were saying it, and Johnny says something about like fresh, and I was like, and it's like the universe opened, and I was just like, Johnny, we have to make this, but for ads. Johnny's like, what? I was like, we need to make a HelloFresh ad. Where like you're trying to get me to eat better because you're concerned. You're like, kitten, have you eaten today? Like that's what I need you to
no,
do.
because whenever I hear Johnny like that, I'm like, I know what you look like in real life. I know what you act like in real life.
They are not an alpha.
Hold on,
Mm.
hold
Hear-
on.
Hear me out though. Imagine doing that
Vault
for like
does
a
not
gamer
know.
subs.
Hold on. Let me show you what Johnny looks like.
They're
I'm gonna put a picture of John.
no,
Yeah, probably.
Johnny is just like a much smaller guy.
Yeah.
Like not even like tall wise, just like physically a much skinnier, much more like feminine man. And in that video, they're able to like deepen their voice to sound way more alpha and macho than they actually are.
That is Johnny.
Yes. See, it's really funny if you know the image of them.
Discord kitten.
Yes, dude. We want to do because I thought about that. I was like, guys, I have an audio setup and a nice microphone in my room. We can just start doing ASMR.
Absolutely.
We have a couple more ideas, and over the next week, because we're gonna be more free this week, we're gonna try to record more and like release them on a separate YouTube and TikTok channel, called like the ASMR guys, where we just make cursed ASMR.
No, hold on. I got a great idea for now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, okay.
So hold on. Let's start off like, oh, senpai, there's some hair in my mouth. You need to take better care of your balls. Oh, but thanks for today's sponsor with Manscaped. You can make sure your balls are perfectly trimmed.
You have to. There's a way better version of that I think is hilarious. Where they just you're like clap, 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 clap. Ah, damn it, stuck again. Have you been using manscaping at all? No. Well, we have to detangle this mess. Like something like that. That's like you have to like.
Has this ever happened?
You hear Velcro ripping?
Velcro ripping. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to make a joke. What God literally was about to say is like, has this ever happened to you? That pussy bopping too hard, it feels like Velcro. Well, I've got the solution for you.
Manscaped.
Dude, I don't know why.
Manscaped. Don't you hate it when?
Dude, I don't know. Or like I imagine another one. It's just like fapping sounds, and they're just like getting into it.
Dude.
And then they like finish like, God, not even gooning gets me going anymore. It's not even a good stable form of stimulation. God, maybe if I had something else to stabilize me, and like someone busting stable, you want a stable form of serotonin? Let me show you this new game. It's called Raid Shadow Legends.
Dude, that's so funny.
No,
Dude,
hear me out. Better help for that.
Better help.
Do you need better stabilization? Come to better help.
Or that's really funny.
Or like, God, I wish these 10-inch dragon tentacle dildos weren't so much. Maybe if I had a coupon code. It's like a honey ad. It's like a honey ad.
Dude, if we ever got like an Adam and Eve sponsorship,
dude, that'd be awesome.
Dude,
I would literally, we would just be on the podcast, like doing a normal podcast, talking about just normal shit.
Yeah.
And just be just a dildo just right here, and every once in a while I just go.
Dude,
okay.
you know
Or like
I
I kind of take it while Vol's talking and just go.
Do you know who's sponsored by Adam and Eve constantly, and I can never wrap my head around it?
Huh.
One of my Dungeons and Dragons podcast is constantly sponsored by Adam and Eve. So he'll be like, and I was slaying the dragon, and then I had sex with a woman, and then the next day it's just like, do you want to have sex with a woman? With Adam and Eve, you and your girlfriend, and I'm sitting there not having a girlfriend.
No, but guys, I've got the best idea. I don't think I'll ever come up with a better idea.
Oh boy.
Oh, here we go.
If we ever get sponsored by Adam and Eve, vibrator episode.
I thought about that. I'll do that.
No, here's what we gotta do. Here, the only way that I think that works, and I think it would be really funny,
It'd be so funny.
is if all four of us get partners, and they are behind the camera, and at random points. Because I had this idea with tens units, but it could work with vibrators.
Uh-huh.
You said all four of us get partners. I'm like, wow, this has gone downhill fast.
This is gonna be the most production we'll ever have to put in.
Yeah. Do
I
y'all
don't know those hours off the court.
I was
though.
going to say the amount of hours we're going to have to put on off the court is going to be insane.
Question, and this is a more genuine question. Do y'all think there will be a point, like obviously, I eventually, I really hope this happens. But do you think
avenged?
Do you think there will be a point? I do want to talk about the.
Dude, it was so good.
But do you think there will be a point, like relatively soon, that we all
No.
like have partners at the same time?
No.
I mean, y'all just gotta get on my level. Come on.
No,
Catch up.
You maybe.
Yeah.
You yeah.
he could easily. I'm the problem.
I
You
don't
have to
want
understand. I'm the
I
problem
don't want
here.
to.
I'm the problem.
I don't.
I
want
am
to.
the problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so honest. Because I have heard from like girls at your college.
I'm gonna kill myself.
It's a.
Am I going crazy?
It's you fumbling.
Am I
God.
going? I'm not even fumbling. I'm
No,
not
no,
aware
like,
what's happening.
Who?
Because there
I'm
have
just
been.
playing saxophone.
I cannot disclose because I heard it in confidence.
We will talk
but I
about
can
this
tell
after
you
the
there
episode.
are
More than
like
one person?
more than 3 people that have liked you or do like you, and you just are just not like
Dude, I'm just
picking
trying
up
to,
the signals.
I'm just trying to play saxophone and get to gold on support in Overwatch. And how am I supposed to know about this? How am I supposed to know about this? This is impossible. Because you're trying to get to gold on I think this is impossible.
No,
this is,
I mean this so.
This is my Sisyphus. I don't think you understand.
No, because I've heard like secondhand from one person about two separate people, and then I've heard directly from one person that they like
This
you,
is
and
insane.
they have tried to like give you like signs.
They're not doing it right.
No, maybe
They're not doing it right. This is Sisyphus, and this is my
Dude,
boulder.
I
and
need
one
to know
must
who.
imagine Sisyphus is happy, and I'm not happy because I can't get to gold to save my life. Oh my god. I think genuinely,
I'll queue
like,
tank.
please, you don't get on. You don't
You're
get on.
right.
You're at like work now.
No, but this is.
Or
this
getting into
is-
college.
You are at your job.
You're at your job.
Making money legally.
Dude, I was so happy today when I was like crunching some numbers and I finally put all my cash together and I was like, all right, how much did I make? $1,036 is what I have right now. I'm very, very, very happy.
Yep.
Mhm.
I got $19 in my account, and that's
Hey.
supposed to last me the next 2 weeks.
Skill issue.
You want to go to you want to go Waffle House?
No.
You want to go Waffle House?
Yeah,
No.
You want to go?
I do.
You want to go?
He
You want to go?
literally
Waffle
doesn't have the money to pay for that.
I do.
Unless someone pays for him.
No, I do.
You have
Not in my
$19.
account.
I have a Waffle House gift card.
I also have a Waffle House gift card.
No, we could go.
I'd be
I
fine
wanna
to
go.
Y'all
go.
wanna pull up?
No. Oh, you know what? I do have money because Mary paid me back for Busch Gardens. Half of how much their ticket cost. So I have $50 in Apple Cash, and if they take Apple, then I'll do that. If not, then I will pay one of y'all.
Okay then, gentlemen. That's what we'll be doing.
Going to Waffle House. Waffle
Oh,
House party.
fuck
We
yeah.
will. Here, actually, here's what we can do. Y'all can remind me.
Leave right now to go to Waffle
No,
House and
no,
come
that would
back.
be-
We
that'd be
come
funny.
back, we're like, ah.
We come back like with the food, like I like because I would have not finished if we were trying to rush. So y'all are like, all right, guys, back to the podcast, and I still have like half a waffle.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is why I think. Never mind. I can't say it.
But no, I was also gonna say like,
We can't talk about it.
No, we can't.
No.
Oh?
The plan for the next episode after this episode.
oh no, we're
Yep.
not gonna talk about it.
No.
But
Hey,
you know what we can
just gotta
talk about.
climb Mount Everest.
You know what we can talk about is 2 Fridays ago
You mean
we went to go see those people and these people.
That was
Avenged
fire.
Sevenfold.
It
Dude,
was so
it was
good.
so good.
It was so
And the
good.
concert was different than when we went, which made it better for me because I was like, I'm
Mhm.
not even watching the same show.
Yeah,
again.
no, it was
It's
completely
great.
different.
I
will-
think
It felt much more like unique.
Yeah.
Like
It
I'll be
felt
so
much
honest. When
more
we
like-
went to when we went in Texas,
I
there
think
there
we
was
were
like
just tired.
there were like
Uh.
2 songs that they like went a little like off
Yeah.
what it sounds like recorded.
Yeah.
Most of them sounded almost
will
I'm
identical.
glad
say-
they did the same thing with Nobody.
Yeah.
Yes, I am
Dude,
too.
that was
so
so
true.
good.
But I will say, fucking, they were not lying about us in Raleigh being better than a lot of their crowds over the tour.
Mhm.
Because when we were in Texas,
Mm.
we were like loud for like 30 seconds when they went quiet for Nobody, and then like everybody went quiet,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
and then they came back
Dude,
with the. We did not. We did not get
That was
quiet.
How
so-
long did that go on
that-
for?
like
that-
a
that was like a minute and a
Yeah,
half.
I
like a
can
minute and a
show-
half.
I
It
can
was
show
not
you guys.
long. It felt
It
longer.
felt
I
so
have a
long.
video of it.
The energy of it though was so high. It was
Like,
insane.
Yeah, like I could like feel it.
I
Like, it
think-
was so good.
I think the only song that I wish they would have done that would have wrapped it up in a little box is "Little Piece of Heaven."
Absolutely.
Dude, that would have
Like,
been so.
literally.
good to
I'm gonna
see.
be so honest. I love that song. It is one of my favorites
Mhm.
of all of their music. The visuals that they had in Texas for
I
it.
wish I
oh
could
my
see those.
I
God.
wish
I
I
wish
could
I
go
could
see.
see
That's
those.
the thing.
I showed you the
It's
the
a
video, right?
different type of,
I need to.
Because when they played Bat Country in Texas
Mhm.
and they had the visuals for that, I was like, fuck
Mhm.
yes, bro. But I don't know. It was 2 different shows, and I love them for 2 different reasons. But you're right. Nobody with this one, like Texas, everyone's like, and they shut up, and then they quickly just kept playing. But for this one, I felt on the edge of my seat. I felt everyone
Yes,
just
dude,
leaning
I
forward
was
and being like,
waiting.
"Seven,
I was being
It-
Ellen,
it sounds,
literally.
It sounds like cliche and like pretty cringe. Literally, the stadium was like radiating.
Yes.
So
Like-
much
like
energy.
we were waiting.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
tension between everyone was like so legit. Like it felt like the, air
dude-
pressure was tighter.
The like mid 40s dude next to me,
He was
just
so
started
He was so
Such a
crying.
good guy.
He
Oh,
started
that's so cool.
crying for Nobody and for Save Me.
Say, oh
He-
my
I was
so
god,
close. I was so
bawling.
close.
Dude,
And he was there with
Save
his
Me.
son.
that's so
Genuinely, he was
cool.
one of the coolest people. I kind of want to shout him out because he like does like I
Let's
don't
give him a shout out. Yeah.
I didn't talk to y'all like specifically about what he does.
You
I
said
don't-
he sells anime merch. Or
he
so, to
he,
some
he
degree,
goes
right?
to almost every anime con and he runs like one of those huge booths
Oh,
where he
cool.
sells like graded cards like at like old cards he has some like PSA like 9.6s and like almost 10s that he sells.
crazy.
He also
So
has like
cool.
that huge inflatable Pikachu that he just walks around and goes
Oh,
around
dude.
the con in.
Yeah.
He
was
seems
a
really
cool
cool
dude.
and
He's a
wholesome.
really
He
cool
also said
guy.
he's been playing D&D for like 30
Yeah.
plus years.
He-
God, I'm spitting
dude,
so much.
No, you're good.
Did you guys want to hear something funny about D&D
Hold on,
and
let me-
about my love life again?
Oh, boy.
I was before I deleted Tinder a couple weeks ago. I was scrolling through on Tinder, match with this girl, right? I'm
Mhm.
talking to her for a little. She's like, "So, what do you like to do for fun?" I was like, "D&D." I was like, "Oh yeah, I love playing D&D." She was like, "Me too." And I was like, "What class?" And she goes, "Paladin and Devotion." I go, I literally messaged, "LOL, you're like the cops of fantasy. Must be lame." And she didn't respond.
That's hilarious.
So real, so his
This
name
is why you're single.
I
That
know.
and trying to get gold in Overwatch.
I don't know
Yeah, it's
what,
mostly
I'm close. I'm
Overwatch.
close.
I don't know what pages and stuff he has. The only thing he gave me was his Facebook, but his name is Christopher Weiland,
Mhm.
and he was genuinely one of the most like
Mhm.
wholesome and interesting
Hell
Dude,
dudes.
he
yeah.
was.
And he just like he was just standing like sitting next to me at like a concert, and he just like started talking.
He was
to me,
great.
and he was just such like a nice dude. And he was there with his like young son. I think like I didn't tell me how old his son was, but he looked like he was like couldn't be 10 years old.
Mhm.
And he was
You
just
plugged
like,
the
yeah,
podcast,
I
right?
really love I really love Avenged Sevenfold. He showed interest, so I wanted to take him to his first concert, and of course it had to be Avenged Sevenfold. And I was like, dude, you are just like
He's
The
he's
best
so cool.
guy.
Yeah.
He looked when I turned around and I saw him next to you. He looked like because he is this big 6 foot bigger guy,
Mhm.
like mustache, beard. He looks tough. He looks like he's sitting
he's
there.
bald
He's-
with like a big
He's
like
with a big
blonde or
gi-
ginger
he's
beard. Was it ginger?
Ginger beard. He looks tough,
Yeah.
right? He looks tough. But then, which can I say this real quick? Sullivan King, even though it was a little much, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was being closer to the stage, but something about the way they rolled Sullivan King into Poppy into Avenged Sevenfold, it felt like better hype up for Avenged Sevenfold than the other two did in Texas.
Well,
Yeah.
no, but that's because Falling in Reverse, people went to that show just for them.
Yeah,
and
Because
then a
Falling
lot
in
of
Reverse
people
was
left.
already really
A
popular.
lot of people left after that. But
Yeah.
here's the thing, right? Again, this guy seems really tough. I don't really know what to make of him. I saw him chatting with you a little bit, but I didn't overhear much.
Because
Before
you
I
were
tur-
the farthest away.
Yeah,
from
I
him,
wish I
yeah.
could have talked to him more about
You
D&D,
and
but-
me and him would have
Yeah, I
vibed
know.
so well.
It just sucked. At some point,
Because he's a DM, I
Yeah.
DM, and you DM. So
at
it
some
would've
point, I
been
kind of
like-
gave up on talking to him. 'Cause
But
it was
you
kinda
won't
far
DM
and
any
I
women.
wanted you guys.
that
Yeah, say
was
that again.
crazy.
Repeat it again.
Once
no,
again
no,
for the crowd.
everyone stop. Everyone stop.
For the
Say
guys
it
in the
again.
back.
Say it again.
But then it's not funny anymore.
No, okay,
No, but it
say-
wasn't
say
the
again.
first
It's
time. But
cool,
go
it's
ahead.
cool, it's cool. Do
You
it,
have the
do
stage.
it.
You go for it.
No, you're fine. Everyone was looking at you.
You got this. Come
You
on.
have this.
But you won't DM any women.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep. Anyway.
So what I was saying is the guy, he's like, ooh. So the guy's like kind of bigger, tougher. I'm not paying attention. I wish I had talked to him now. Just the distance thing, but
I know.
he's talking to me, and he's like, Poppy's going, and I'm like, damn, I did not expect Poppy to rock out as hard as this, because literally, I'd never heard any music by her, right? And
Never.
I just saw Sullivan King, which was like 40 minutes of like, okay, it's cool, but my head is going to explode.
Because
right?
Yeah.
it was like
It was
so
loud.
it's very much just like club like techno dubstep like
Yeah,
fucking
it was just dubstep.
like dubstep metal like but really metal and it like
Yeah.
and like it in obviously
It was more dubstep
I'm
than
not
metal.
a fan. I'm
you
not a
understand
fan.
what he means, though.
I'm not a fan of that type of music.
I'm not
Me
either,
neither.
but
but
I can understand
in
why
person
people like
I
it.
get it.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
it. dude.
Like
When the
like
fire would go off and we would
Dude,
feel
you
the
could feel
I
the
was like,
flames.
I was like, whoa.
we are far
Yeah,
away.
we are like a solid like 70, 80 feet away.
Yeah.
Probably more than
no,
that, honestly.
we're like 200 meters away from that fire, bro.
200 meters. That
no,
is
we
still-
are
wait.
not 200.
Somewhere
Hold
in
on.
between.
How long is a
meters.
football field?
100 yards?
What?
200 yards.
Ah, whatever. I
No,
don't care.
200 yards.
It's
right?
a-
We're
I don't-
far.
200,
100 yards.
We're nerds.
200 meters is a half lap around an Olympic-sized track.
It was not that far.
I think it was that far.
I think it was. I
But-
think it was maybe around 100 feet.
It was
But
right
anyway,
around 100
like,
feet, yeah.
but like we were really far away from that fire, and like every time we felt it, but like
Yeah.
they had like the huge speakers that were right above us and behind
Yeah.
us. So every time he would hit like a crazy bass, like or not, he wasn't hitting bass, but like he would play bass. Like I like my entire chest was.
Dude,
vibrating.
I
Also,
could
that
feel every
random
thump in my
My
heart.
Chemical Romance, Black Parade.
Yeah.
Bum.
Yes,
Bum,
he started the
bum,
Black Parade, and I
bum.
was like, the Black Parade, and then it was something completely
Yeah,
different.
yeah, yeah.
Dude, if he would have kept with that, I would have been more hype.
Yeah,
Also, I'm gonna be
Honestly.
so honest. It had the same style of visuals as a lot of those like club style stuff. All I could think about was Shrek.
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
I could just think about the Shrek visual meme.
I turned to Grayson halfway through because I was like, these visuals, in my opinion, are kind of lame and cringy because it's like the AI generated, like
Some of
skeleton.
them were.
Okay,
I
some of them
liked
are,
the
some
AI
of the
one.
AI generated ones. Some of the ones
The
are
AI
cool,
castle
but then
was
the
really
next
cool.
one is
The
just
AI
like
castle
he's
was
like,
cool.
let's rock out to the hardest shit imaginable, and
It's a
behind it,
dragon.
and behind it's like a dragon going like, roar, and some people are like, oh, this is so metal. I'm like, guys, this is a little cringy.
Now,
It's
when he
so-
comes out in his flaming wings with his guitar,
Yeah,
shooting fire,
the wings
shooting
with the
lasers out of his
goggles
eyes.
and the
It was a little
Plague
much.
Doctor mask
Yeah.
just laser eyes.
It was
That was a little much.
Fucking fighting the T-Rex
Yeah.
and
This is
shit.
so
Yeah,
it was a,
and then I will say, you were mentioning it. Poppy fucking
No,
surprised.
so
me.
Dude,
here's what I'll
she
say. Here's
did.
what I was gonna say. She surprised me. She was really good with Sullivan King. And all this stuff's going off, and I turned to Grayson. I'm like, this is like an average 2010 Minecraft video intro right
Mhm.
here. But
This
also,
looks
Expecting
like I'm about to
popular
see-
MMOs to kick out.
Yes. Like I'm expecting to see the most crazy trick shot compilation.
Yeah.
Like some 11-year-old's getting ready to shit on someone in Call
dude,
of
but
Duty.
speaking of Poppy, like I was saying, that guy would turn me around on him, or not turn me around, but like got me interested in talking with him. Is because he's sitting there and he turns to her, he goes, "I just added her on Spotify." I'm like, damn, this guy cooks. She cooks. This is a good night. He talked about
It
dude, he was so
is,
chill.
dude.
Because he was talking to us about his campaign, and then he
Yeah.
talked about one campaign that he was running where he was like, yeah, it was just like a normal planet that like they were just like like a lot of people were just
Bork?
chilling on. So then like Bork.
Oh,
is what he
oh, some-
called
it had
it.
some
And he was like,
Borgsville.
Borgsville, yeah. But he
Yeah.
was just like, yeah, and then like a space vampire came and dropped 200
This is
breedable
cool.
mimics
This
into
is
the
cool.
planet, and I just like he said that and it didn't click at first, and I was just like, wait.
immediately-
And then he was just like, yeah. And then we also ran a campaign that was like a survivor campaign from the outbreak of when that happened, and they started
What?
as civilians, like did not have regular classes. They had NPC classes, and all they had to do was like try to survive. And they said, yeah, they started in like a 260 person town, and then by the end there was like 13 people living, 4 of which were party members. The rest were the children they managed to save.
That's
and,
so
dude,
cool.
the moment he said the mimics, breedable mimics, my brain immediately went, that is such a cool little thing on top of like a normal campaign to
Right.
just keep it interesting, because every once in a while you have to be like, is that lamp a mimic? And he's like, oh yeah, it is.
No, because that's what he said. He said they got really good at every
Mhm.
room they went into. Perception check. Yep, that lamp, that chair, that rug, and they're just like, ah.
Yeah, apparently they got really good at killing mimics,
Yeah, they
which
got
you have to
really.
be. But
I mean, you
like,
have
Yeah.
to. Yeah, but apparently it got so bad because he said like, yeah, then they had to do like a rescue mission. Like the main party had to do like a rescue mission, and I just decided to throw like. Vampires that can also breed with mimics. So now you have vampire mimics that are like and I was just like, dude, it wasn't hard enough. And they were like, yeah, they had to abandon the planet.
holy
And now
shit.
it's just in disarray because they couldn't do it. They were like level 16 and up, like party,
That's
and they
crazy.
couldn't do it. And I was just like, God damn. He said,
So cool.
he also said, I don't know if y'all heard this, but he was like, yeah, I also did this really funny thing where they were in like a mage's castle, and they were in like this room that was like a porcelain like bathtub room, and all it was filled with was like rubber duckies, and all of the rubber duckies were freaking vampire mimics, and they had to like be in like waist deep water fighting like floating mimics
Oh my
that were
God.
shaped
So
like
cool.
rubber ducks at different sizes, and the boss
Lucifer
that
would
they
love
had to
that.
fight was a like he said, yeah, it was like a 45-foot rubber duck, like amalgamation of mimics, and every time they'd hit it, like 3 mimics would fall off of it, and I'm like, you're just like,
That's
how do you
sweet,
like?
though.
No, he seems like the most like creative and driven and like nerdy, fun adult that I've like
Yeah,
talked
he
to
was
ever.
so cool, and he's
He-
so sweet.
Yeah, he was just
Just
so
a
sweet
good,
too.
sweet guy.
And like
Yeah.
genuinely, I could tell like he was so passionate about what he was talking about
Mhm.
because of the way he was talking. Then also like him bringing his son there, I could just tell that he is such like a genuine dude. And then like he because like literally, I don't even know. No, it was the one right before the last song, not Cosmic. What was before?
Save me. Save Me
Was
was
it
before
Save Me?
Oh, Save
Cosmic,
Me.
Did
yeah.
Save Me roll into Cosmic? Then yeah,
Yeah.
he must have been crying at Save Me.
Dude,
Because
it
y'all
don't-
two were
it got
together on
me at
Save Me,
points
and
in
then
time.
you guys got back for the last 2
yes,
songs.
dude,
Mhm.
that was peak.
That was peak.
That was something that like I've been waiting for since I was like
Mhm.
little.
I'll never
forget
forget
that.
when the right before Save Me played, Mr. Shadows just goes, and now time for the price of admission, and you just hear the dun 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 dun
That was
dun
cool.
dun dun.
I forgot he said that, but in that moment, literally my skin tingled.
Uh-huh.
It was so
Dude.
cool.
I will say I think I talked to you all about this in the moment. Like when like I've been to therapy, I've talked to friends and stuff, and like I've struggled with anxiety for a really long time, and like when anybody can tell me like logically I don't have to be anxious and like I can just chill, like I am in a safe environment, I can chill, but rarely does that
You're
work.
not safe.
Right.
You're nervous. You
But,
need
like,
to.
Right.
You're in danger.
Yep, that's my brain. But when he was just like, look guys, now is the time to let all of those anxieties go and just live. And I was like, okay.
No, straight up,
It like
straight-
worked.
okay,
And I was like,
straight up,
yep.
straight up. I
all
was
right,
like,
I am no longer anxious.
I was like, wow, you're right, M Shadows, and I was just like, boop. and
I
it was
mean,
just
granted,
gone.
granted, like on the car ride to the hotel, it came back, but like it went away
I
for
was
a
like,
decent
because
amount of
like,
time.
it was
and I
too
like,
loud to think about it.
Yeah,
I think.
exactly,
And
yeah.
I was like, wow,
It was
you're
too
right.
loud. I was so high on dopamine,
Mhm.
like
I was really overstimulated,
it,
and I was like,
but
this
in,
is awesome.
in the best
in the
way
best
possible.
way physically
Yeah.
possible.
Like it was so much. It was so like every part of me was happy. Every part of me, like my ears were like on overload. My eyes were going crazy
Yeah, I
because
was,
it's
like,
so
looking
much
all
shit
around.
going on. And like every time I would be like, man, I can really like see the stage. I would blink and be like, oh, it's just fog. Oh, it's just because there's just so much like
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
like clouds and shit in the air.
When I heard
God.
that first dome, the speed at which I turned on was like, Drew, switch, let's go, come on,
Mhm.
No,
come on,
I
get
know
up.
Save Me has a really important place for y'all. I'll be honest. I got back into Avenged Sevenfold
Mhm.
when they released their newest album, and the first song I listened to was Nobody.
Mhm.
So that had that reaction from me
Mhm.
that y'all had to save me when it just went. I was just like,
I had
no, that's Mattel. I wrong one.
Yeah.
Mattel,
Yeah.
dude, Mattel's so
Yeah.
good.
Mattel is so
Mattel is
good.
so
I
good.
said the
That-
wrong song.
It I can't. So with the new album, I try not to like place it because it would be like, oh yeah, Mattel's my favorite song on the album. Mattel's my favorite metal song on the album. We want to go song. It's death, bro. Death
Death
is
is such
so
a
death.
good
It has to be
good.
death. I will also
Oh my
say that I
God.
be telling Drew, for some reason,
Or
I listened to it
Ordinary's
before
so
the concert.
good.
I knew the words, but something about listening to it in live, and I liked it because I own the album on vinyl. Of course, I like the song, right?
Mhm.
But something about listening to it in concert, and the entire week after, I'm like, something about "We Love You," man. I can't get away from it.
I
The
will.
chorus is really
The
good.
chorus, it's just the
It's
chorus,
so
but also
good.
not even the chorus. Everything else around it, my body was just like, fuck.
Jimmy, I
yeah.
have to agree with you on that because
Mhm.
I know I make this as a joke, but genuinely, if I ever get any sort of like money or anything,
Yes. You can't open the door all the way.
Yeah,
Can't open
the
the
light's
door.
in the way.
night.
No, I
Night.
love you too.
Okay.
So yeah, you were saying,
do.
What's the?
We love you.
Yeah, but anyways, if I get any sort of like money, any sort of income that I can use, I genuinely cannot listen to "We Love You," because I make this as a joke. I will do things to that part of the song is like build tall, build higher. I don't get copyright strike, but anyways,
Yeah, because you were singing that so well that we would absolutely
Look
get
at
striked.
the way it goes. I sound
See,
like just
no,
like
that's that's the best
like
part
in
about being
Shadows.
able to like
I'll-
sing songs is all of us aren't good enough
that is
to
so
be
true.
able to get copyright striked. If there's no instrumental and we're singing shitty enough, we're good.
we start acapelling. the
I'm
song.
just
you should learn acapella.
We
Imagine
absolutely
we do it with
should.
nobody and everyone's like, and I go.
But no, hold on. So, if I were to listen to that song
I might
during
stop.
that part, we're just talking about building tall, building higher, building far, building wider. I will recreate the Industrial Revolution. The Amazon rainforest will be cut down in order to make the trees into charcoal to fuel factories. Like, that's the only thing I can feel when I listen to that song, and I love it.
Yeah, no, it's great. I think
love it.
I think genuinely I had this sort of similar thing not like emotionally, just kind of perspectively wise when the stage got played. Because I tried to tell you guys, but also I realized I was like, I'm
That
so
song is so good.
overstimulated. The reason why the stage meant the most to me out of all the songs was because I realized about 2 years ago, the first Avenged Sevenfold song I ever listened to was in the bar in my backyard, YouTube being like, you have to watch the music video for the stage. This is the band we listened to as a kid. And I watched it and I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. I don't think I'll ever really like listen to it. It's just not my style of music. 2 years later, I'm in North Carolina seeing it for the second time live.
Dude, the visual, that entire song is so like
Such a good song.
It's
The church
so-
in the sky is like
It's really cool.
all of it.
It's really cool.
Like just the message surrounding it, dude. I love that
It's really
song
cool.
so
was it
much.
was it on an album or was it an EP?
It's
the
an album.
stage is
The
an
stage
album,
is an album.
but the song is the self-titled. of
Okay,
the
okay,
album.
that makes sense.
Yeah, the stage is the self-title for the album.
Okay.
But it's so good. That entire
It's
album.
just like when I'm looking up the song on Spotify, it has a different like image than all the other songs from the album.
There's two.
Yeah, there's probably
there's two editions of the album.
Mhm.
But some
Deluxe
other good
edition.
songs off of that are like Exist. Exist is really long and it's more experimental. But also like Fermi Paradox. When
I
they
love
played
Fermi
Roman
Paradox.
Sky, dude. I know y'all didn't really listen to Roman Sky a whole lot,
I
dude.
like it, I just
love
didn't
that
listen to
song.
it.
I listened to it so much. One of my favorite songs.
I'll have to
on the
re-listen
stage.
to it because I liked it played live. I liked it listened to before. I just didn't listen to it enough to know the words, and that was
Yeah.
the problem.
Dude, like 11th grade, I listened to Roman Sky a lot because that song is so good.
I
Song
met
is so good.
somebody. Speaking of things you used to listen to, I met somebody at VCU who also like decently likes Juice World.
Do they still see the shadows in your room?
Yeah, because we were talking about like what songs that you don't really like, and I was like, I feel like I don't really like that many Juice World songs. They're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I don't know. It's just not really my style. And they're like, Juice World's a genius of our time. And I was like,
I mean,
and I'm trying.
when you're right, you're right.
I don't know. I don't like all of his music, but I basically was like, I don't really like all of his music. He goes, I fuck with Juice World a lot. And I was like, okay, man, you fucking
Dude.
love Juice World.
I
Used to cry to Juice
dude,
World.
I used to love Juice World. Like it was bad. Like I was religious to that man.
He used to.
It was in my top. It was
all
in my
girls are the
top.
same. Haunts your Spotify
Dude,
stuff.
It wasn't. It was my number one song 2 years after I stopped listening to them. For 2 years straight, he was in my number one.
That's how long.
Yeah,
I listened to Juice World.
It's like
so
Joey with
much.
The Mask.
It's so
Dude,
funny.
do you know Joey used to fall asleep to just that song
Mhm.
on loop,
Mhm.
right?
That does not
Through
surprise
the
me.
whole hours on ends for weeks of just.
But that is what the mask is.
See, I'm turning that same obsession with the Juice World is turning into the Diamond Eyes album by Deftones. I'm afraid it's gonna be cringy in 2 years. I'm so afraid. Cause dude, I
Yeah,
love
2
that
years.
album. I love that
Yeah,
album.
it's gonna
so
be cringy
much.
in only 2 years.
I love that album. Like Diamond Eyes is so good. Like the entire. I think low key they kind of peaked there.
Should I listen to it?
Well, I think you'll like it. Like it depends.
That's not a
Like,
very
hang on,
awe-inspiring
Yeah.
reaction.
Hang on, go for it. But I also know that like I don't know how you feel about Deftones.
No, but I've never just really listened to him. That's the thing.
Diamond, like if you a lot of the like new metally stuff, so like Adrenaline, which is their first, which you can find a lot more like heavier stuff on. Around the Fur, which is really good. They're self-titled, goated, but Diamond Eyes, because like they morphed. They started on 6 strings and then they went into 7 strings. And on Diamond Eyes, they used 8 strings. Like 8 string is literally like the guitar that is used the entire time on every single song on that album. Dude, some of the creative choices they have, like in Diamond Eyes, in the chorus, my favorite song off of this album, Diamond Eyes, Diamond Eyes. In the chorus, it splits into 11/8, but they count it in 6 and 5, and it's like, oh, dude, it's so good. It's so good. And there's a lot of other really good songs. Like, what's the most popular on it? Sex Tape, the one that has delay. It's like da 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 da.
My question is like as a musician, because it seems that's what the way you're saying it
musicality.
describes it is like.
You would like.
That's
it.
what I'm saying. Will
There's
I
a
be
lot
like,
of really
will I be
good
like,
stuff.
whoa, this is really creative, and will it get me excited? Is what I'm
Yeah,
going.
there's a lot of really good
Alright,
creative
cool.
choices.
I'm
that
gonna
they
check
do.
it out tonight then.
Like I really like You've Seen the Butcher is up there. I was pay attention to that. Diamond Eyes is the first song on the album. I love that. Prince is really good.
Is that the one with? Is the album the one with the owl?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I will never forget the other night. The
True.
camera stopped. The other night, I was driving home from Richmond. I'm listening to that album. I listen to that album probably 3 times a day, and I'm driving home, doing my thing, and then I stop. I park where I normally park. Y'all see where I park. And I like sit there for a second, and I'm like, I'm gonna finish listening to this song. And I look up at the mailbox, and there's a white owl, and it looks dead at me. And I'm looking at this owl, and I'm listening to this album. Like, this is weird, but this is cool as fuck.
I love owls,
This
dude.
is really cool. And then I got up, and I got like this close to this owl, and then I was like, and this owl will fuck me up. Let me walk away. like it was. I don't know. That was really cool. But listen to that album. It's perfect. You might like their other stuff. Like after that, this Koi no Yokon, which is like more like
I'm cool.
dream
I'm also
poppy
fine to be one of
shoegazy.
those fans who only likes one album by an artist. I
dude.
don't care.
I like all of their albums. Ohms is fine. That's their newer one. I think that one's fine. But really, bro. Oh my God, Diamond Eyes is so good. I could talk about the creative decisions through Diamond Eyes for like hours.
Let me listen to it.
That kind of reminds
you
me
know-
of something though.
You know, Seamus doesn't like Deftones.
Oh, really?
But he loves Diamond Eyes, bro. He loves Diamond Eyes because like he'll talk about it, like, yeah, Deftones kind of trash, but Diamond Eyes though, and like his heart like chum 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 chum, dude, goated album.
Alright,
So
I'll
good.
listen to it. We could talk about it.
Dude, it's so good. I
I've
think
no-
the only song you may not like is Rocket Skates, and that's because it's just aggressive metal. Like
We'll
it's
see.
like it's more aggressive than Sevenfold.
But
you might like it. Who knows?
Grayson talking about the owl kind of reminded me of something. I think it was on the Distractable podcast. Maybe just from Bob. I don't know. How many owls do y'all have to see in a day to make you concerned?
That's not from Distractable, but I know where you got that from.
I don't know what I got it from.
It's
One.
just a clip on TikTok.
Oh.
One.
How many
No.
owls
How
do you have to see
are
in
we
a
saying?
day?
Are we saying like they're? Are we saying like Harry
Actually,
Potter?
that would make me.
Are we saying like
interested
Harry
as well.
Potter like on the roof? They're looking at me, or am I just seeing them fly?
It literally just like any like you could see them
See
flying or you could see them like
Any-
looking at you.
I
any-
think-
How many owls do you have to see in a single day?
I think it would
before?
have to be like I don't think I think I could see like every bird could be replaced with an owl, and I really wouldn't care.
No, I think if we get past 15, then I'm calling
wouldn't care.
Grayson, being like, I'm seeing too many owls.
No,
I'm
'cause,
seeing
no,
too
I would
many
get a
owls."
call from you. Because you'd be like, dude, I saw 3 on the way to work, 2 in the windows, and now I've seen 4 on the way back. What the fuck is happening? You
No,
would give me that
No,
call.
hang on.
'Cause
That's true.
I-
He would call both of us. He would
Yeah.
say the same thing.
I
about that.
would be like, this is weird, but I wouldn't be like concerned. I would think it was really cool. I
You
don't.
would-
I love owls. They're
Right,
so
but you
I
would talk
also
to us
love
for a
owls,
week,
but,
being
like,
like, what
there
is the
would be a
cosmic
point.
sign here?
There's a point
Yeah.
for me.
You're way too superstitious for that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
You
I
would
am.
be like, this means something. I'm gonna die.
3 owls in, 3 owls in, you're FaceTiming me, being like, something's awry, something's amiss.
There's a disturbance.
I had a talk with so y'all know that girl at my work that's like super into like I've told y'all about her. She believes like the world's collapsing and shit like that in time.
Yeah,
she believes
she
she's
believes there's
like
a hole in the earth.
God, yeah, stuff like hole in the earth.
Neither of us hit that.
Nope.
No,
You're close. Keep
Hmm?
going.
but I was telling her about the story of the owl yesterday because or today, good God, and she goes, "You're not normal. You're probably a cosmic god." And then I was like, "Whoa!" And she goes, "Do you have any other birds around you in life?" And I was like, I mean, there's 2 bald eagles in our backyard that have a nest. Y'all got to see them. They're cool. The other day, actually, I heard one of them screech. I mean, that thing, that was loud. It was so loud. And Cooper gets up and starts barking. He starts walking towards the door. I grab that dog
Yeah,
and say,
Cooper's gonna die.
you're going to lose this.
Cooper's gonna
You're
die.
going to lose this battle, buddy. I'm going to watch you get scooped up and die. Like, there's going to be...
No, it's not gonna be a scoop. It's going to be. Have you never seen an eagle like kill something? So it's just gonna be like, "Ugh," into the ground,
Yes.
bro.
Or like when falcons go down, just rip something's head off and just fly
Yeah.
off. And I'm like, you're dead.
Fucking mighty eagle from Angry Birds.
Yes, bro. Like, like he was like, I'm gonna go fight. No, you're not. You're gonna die. Like I picked him up and moved him back, and then I covered the door for a minute because I was like, you're not going out. I'm sorry. But yeah, I thought it was hilarious because I told her about that. And she goes, "You're probably a cosmic god. You're not normal." And I was like,
I mean, that's the only answer.
Yeah,
no,
only
she-
logical
she-
answer
she-
is seeing an
she was like-
owl.
she was like, "Yeah, your cosmic like what's the word? Vibrations are higher than an average person. You probably have like a 2,000-year-old soul." I was like, "What the fuck is
Because
going
you
on?"
saw an owl.
Sometimes talking about cosmic stuff is really cool with like certain people, like my grandmother, my sister, my some other like guys I met in my life. Like sometimes it's cool because they're just saying cool stuff, and then you get to the other people who's just like, well, I actually have an extra photon rate than everybody else, so I'm a little different than the average person, but not everyone can be as special as me. And I'm like, you just want to be special and cool.
Guys, my
What is
IQ's
like?
0.4 higher than yours. That means my dick's bigger
Mhm.
than yours.
I have more.
Okay, hold
midichlorians.
on. But that's something you unironically believe.
No.
Chat,
Chat?
what do we think? I'll talk. What do we think, you two?
Do you? That was bad.
Bro, I was just hungry.
I thought, does Vald genuinely believe that IQ makes dick big?
Oh, what's the question?
Vald thinks their dick's big because IQ high, or
Do they actually believe that?
do they? Actually
I don't
believe
think they
that?
believe that.
However,
Yeah, there's a
I
butt
don't know
coming.
where the fuck y'all are
However,
taking this.
they have said a lot of things that are super close to that.
all ironically, bitch.
Okay, but you never say them as ironic, and you never confirm it's a joke. I can punch Drew in
Because
the
we
face right
say-
now, and a week later be like, "Dude, it was ironic." But like,
We say shit all the time. That's just a
name
complete
one
irony.
thing I have said in the last day that has been ironic. Stop. Name one thing that I've said in the last day that's
Literally.
ironic. Are you serious right now? Are you genuinely serious right now? Are you genuine? Shut up! Shut up!
Hey,
Shut up!
stop.
Shut up!
This
Shut
can't
up.
be
We're
this funny
starting-
because I'm gonna want
shut
to put
up.
it in.
Shut up! We're not putting this
I
in.
know, we
We're not
can't.
putting this in for a year. We're starting
Fuck you.
again.
First
We're
off, fuck you
I'm
for not
giving you-
knowing how
I am-
podcast shit
I am
works.
giving you
God damn it.
one more chance.
One
at
more
this.
chance.
No, any of you can jump in on this. Give me one instance today of
One
me being.
instance today.
Are you? I'm done. I'm done with this. Oh my god.
I'm saying, what did I do wrong just then? What did I do wrong just then?
It's not the chuckle fucks. It's the chuckle fucks over here.
It's the chuckle. Okay.
Move
I
past.
thought something
Just
I
move past.
did.
Just move past. I don't care. I don't care. Just move past.
Jimmy.
Just I want you to cut in.
Jimmy's gonna
I want
have
you.
a
I want you to. I want you to. Shut up. Shut up. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I'm actually so mad. I want you. I want you to cut in. I want you to cut in when I ask it the final time and I call you chuckle fucks or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something else. I don't care.
The
I'm so
chuckly
mad.
fucks.
I'm so mad.
Dude.
I'm actually so mad. I can't.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, I almost cried. That was,
dude,
that was
dude,
too
that was
good.
awesome.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Gotta.
Ugh.
Oh my god, my
You gotta
tongue
maintain
fucking
y'all's
hurts.
composure.
Did you start a timer? Okay. Well,
you said
I think
you
we're
said
about
40 minutes.
I think we're about 50 in.
Yeah, you said 40 minutes about 7 minutes ago.
Okay, so here's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Do y'all want this to be an hour and a half?
Let's just do an
Because-
hour.
Because I was gonna ask if it could be an hour and a half because
Oh.
there was a topic that I wanted to talk about, but it's a bigger topic. It's kind of.
We'll just see how long it takes.
Okay. We'll just do it till we're done.
Yeah.
So it's something we brought up actually on the end of the last episode. I want to talk about mass hysteria
Mm-hmm.
and like genuinely dive into that because we kind of alluded to it and said like a few examples of it, but just I want to like get to like what y'all believe it is, like how it actually happens and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, one example that I think we brought up on the last one, but it is one of the most fascinating to me, is the people in France,
Mm-hmm.
where that one
Oh,
lady
the dancing
just,
plague.
that one lady just started dancing, and then it spread to hundreds of people, and people were literally dying in the streets, like bleeding feet, like cardiac arrest kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrifying.
It genuinely is. But
I
When it
think that
comes-
was also a problem with the food supply, right?
Yeah, they had
Supposedly.
I don't think it was
Hopefully.
supposed. They had mold in their wheat.
That's
Or
the.
the
It's the
grain.
same thing with the tremors amongst the students, right? When they all started tremoring and like what was it?
It was
the 1800s?
it was the laughing plague. That was the laughing one where students like there it was like during a wartime in a country, and one girl in the middle of the class just started laughing, and then it spread throughout the school, and then they closed the school. It spread to other schools. It spread to other people, and it was anywhere from people would laugh for like a few hours to a few weeks straight.
well, I suppose
Um,
this brings into the question of like, first of all, are these stories even legitimate in the first place? Like,
there's
how cooperated? Like,
I was about to say, and what's this? Is there any form of science to back this? Obviously, like the dancing plague that was mold on the wheat, but like what level of mold would cause something like
I don't.
that.
It could cause the hallucinations that were like
occurring?
that
Yes,
that
but to
contributed
have
to
that entire like part of.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing.
insane.
The fact that we don't 100% know the stories are true.
That's what's scary.
We also don't 100% know it's science or not.
Mhm.
Well, honestly, it could be science, but just not a science we understand, which is the fact that our brains are so like the actual understanding of how our brains work and the things that we do when put in community stuff like that is such like still an enigma to us. Like we do not understand it even like in the slightest bit. Y'all actually know, this is a thing that I learned recently. Y'all know the famous quote where it's like we only use 10% of our brains? That's
Not
false.
true in the
No,
slightest.
That's
Yeah,
100% false.
obviously.
It's misquoted. The actual quote is we only used 10% of our brain at any given time, as well as but that's not even 100% true. It's more like
That's not true
it's
at all,
higher
actually.
than that. But what the original quote was we only know 10% of our brain's function is
Mhm.
the original quote of that. And it just got so bastardized that now
Big old game of telephone.
yeah, exactly. To now
Yeah.
it's like, did you know that we only use 10% of our brain? It's like, no.
And there's that really weird movie that telekinetic girl who can move things with her mind because she has access to 100% of her
Wasn't
brain.
that the girl who played Black Widow?
Maybe, I don't know, but
Scarlett
back-
Johansson? I
Yeah.
don't think that's
Wasn't
right.
that wasn't?
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know.
But
I
getting
feel like
back
there
to
was a
the
movie with her
topic of
being- maybe that's a different movie.
getting back to mass
Mass
hysteria.
hysteria.
The story of the French people dancing. Do you know what that's eerily similar to?
What?
The story of the Pied Piper.
Mm-hmm.
Which fun fact, that story might have some truth to it.
Okay, walk us
Um,
through it.
I can't remember all the details, but I remember something about there's a town, I believe in Amsterdam. I believe it's Amsterdam, maybe. Don't quote me on it. I'm not quite sure, but where the original story of the Pied Piper comes from, because as the story goes, so you all know the full story of the Pied Piper, right?
Probably not.
Mm-mm.
Well, let me run through it real quick. So there was a town with an infestation of rats, just completely overwhelmed with rats, and so they hired a piper with a magical flute who could play it, and rats would follow him, and he would lure them off a cliff, and they would all jump off. And so he did that to rats. Then they had another problem. It was like a problem of roaches or something like that, or birds. And he'd play his pipe, and then he would end up luring them and killing them all. And then one day he lured every last one of the children of the town. And it's unknown whether or not the children were killed or what happened to them, because the story just ends with them taking the children because the town refused to pay the piper. There is some truth to that story reportedly, except it wasn't a piper, it was a hunter who I think also could play music. And what he ended up doing, supposedly, is they ended up kidnapping all the children and presumably killing them, hopefully, at the very least, if compared to what else could have been done. There's a town, and the reason why this story holds some validity is because the town where this story originates from, there is a plaque honoring I think it was 150 missing children.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's like a ridiculous amount of
crazy.
children. And it says, in whatever language it is, this is made a memorial to the 150 children that went missing.
Missing
And that's what
kids.
Okay, so here's what I'll say.
We're waiting. Anyways.
So here's what I'll say. So the Pied Piper was originally wrote by the Brothers Grimm.
Mhm.
It's like the Grimm brothers. So it is a made up fairy
Yes.
tale fake story.
But it comes from,
okay, but it isn't. There's no general
or is it
link.
based off of?
No, it's not based off of.
No,
There's
I think
there's people saying that, like, I'm literally looking at it right now.
there's
They're like,
the
people are saying this is a story that's similar. It's probably based off of it.
Okay.
So
think
there's
it's also,
yes,
like-
that's what I'm saying.
I hate to say it, but I feel like the Brothers Grimm didn't create the idea of
Any of their
kidnapping
stories.
kids.
Well, yeah,
like
no,
they,
and
like that idea
Or-
has
and the whole
existed
point-
and has
Or-
been
or-
done.
or-
No,
the whole
it's like
point of the Brothers
I
Grimm in
think
the
Scott
first
Cawthon
place
did it
was to
first.
retell a lot of old German folklore, because there was a lot of oral tradition that was passed down, and it's like the Brothers Grimm is a compendium of a lot of those old stories, told in a new way.
we are children. We are
You
children.
said the word
You said
oral?
the word oral,
And
and
we
we
were like-
both made a face.
No, you know what's another example of mass hysteria? the Salem witch trials.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
one of the most famous ones.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's pretty sweet.
it's
Well,
It's poggers.
it did.
A woman got
That
pressed
shit?
to death between two rocks.
Yo, okay.
Cool as shit.
Can
wasn't
we
there
talk?
only like a few
That's
actual
That was
Well,
only
that's
deaths?
fuck.
one. No, there's not that many deaths from it.
Wasn't
there's
there
like
one?
7 or 8.
There
but
was a dude, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was a
Uh,
Wasn't
dude.
there one guy?
there was only like 7 or 8 deaths. Like it wasn't that many in reality, but also it is.
But it's
Mass
7 or
hysteria.
8 deaths for people accusing a real person of being a witch.
And
Mhm.
dude, it has always gotten me. The
Nowadays, we call
logic
them
behind
gays.
it is that they didn't. Like mass hysteria is so crazy to me because it genuinely just goes past such normal. Because even back then, the logic of being like, if you drown, you are not a witch. If you don't drown, you are a witch and will kill you.
Hey, Jimmy, I'm gonna shoot you. If you don't die, you're.
Yeah, I think it's weird. I think it's crazy.
Nah,
think, yeah.
That kind of stuff. Honestly, we were like the only thing that my train of thought went into is when you were like, yeah, people were pressed to death. Is went into other like torture methods, and do y'all know the like old like I think it's a Nordic like Viking thing where they would put you in a canoe with milk and honey and then put another canoe on top of you and just shove you out into the river and then bugs and shit would eat you
Mhm.
alive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's some torture method that I found that I found out where they'll put you in a bag full of like fucking weasels and shit like that. They'll scratch the shit out of you and they'll just throw the bag in a river.
There was one where the ancient Romans would put you in a bag with like 3 feral animals and then throw you in the river and
Yeah.
that kind of shit. Like I think there was one where it was like, yeah, there was even reports of them like putting people in bags with chimpanzees and
Yeah.
throwing them down
Do
the
you know
river.
what I
You know
think is
what
the
I-
worst?
Just people getting fucked up. But there was one more torture thing that I want to get I want to say
have
is
something
the
too.
brass bull.
I was getting ready to say the brazen
Yeah.
bull. I would rather
Do you
anything.
Know,
I would rather bite the curb.
do
than
you
go-
know what
Nope,
happened?
I bite the curb is my last one.
I would rather bite the curb.
Do you know
Actually,
the whole story
I lied.
though?
I know what mine is.
Do you know the story?
Huh.
A king requested somebody build him a humane torture device. This dude built a cow that he could not humane. I don't think he said humane. I think he just wanted a new torture device or something like that, right? But he was just like, so this dude made a bronze bull.
Yo, they needed
where,
therapy back in
where
the dark
you
ages,
would
bro.
where you would
Mhm.
like you would put somebody in it and their screams as you were boiling them alive would sound like the cow mooing, right? And the king was like, that shit's fucked up. Does it
That's-
work though? And he was like, yeah, it works. And he was like, I need proof. And the inventor was like, hold on. He got in it, and the king just locked it and lit him on fire. And it's like that the first person that
Why
the
would you
torture
ever get in it?
I know you
Why
made
would you?
it,
You
dumbass.
made it.
But the
Even
first
if you're
the first
don't,
person
no,
the
what
first
the
person
fuck?
that's like the guy who made the guillotine being the first person ever to
The
get his head
guillotine.
cut.
Did you say a guillotine?
Yeah,
A
guillotine.
I think it's a
Guillotine.
guillotine.
The
I've
L's are
always
silent.
heard- both.
I've always heard
I've always heard-
guillotine.
I've heard
always
both,
of
I've heard both.
guillotine.
You know what I think is the worst?
Hmm.
Worse than all that is an oubliette. You guys know what the fuck that is?
What's an
I
oubliette?
know.
It's the first type of prison ever. So in France, what they used to do, because they're doing it in my D&D campaign that I'm listening to, but they made it kind of better, so that way it's not what it really is, because it was all types. So an oubliette
So it's like impelled down.
is a hole made of stone in the ground of like the base. It's the first example of like dungeons and all that. It's basically a hole in the ground made of stone, and it can be super big, but in most cases it was a hole that like looked like a cone upside down that barely fit a human being, that was just thrown in there, and then they go, all right, and then they just leave. They just leave. And sometimes it's like 12 to 15 feet down, and you just slide down into complete tight darkness, and you're just left there for the rest of like the 3 weeks that you live.
That's
And also,
awful.
by the way, they'll just reuse the hole after you die and throw. So sometimes you're down there with like multiple other dead corpses, and there's nothing you can do in that tight, small space, but just wait to die.
Jesus.
And that, I think about that sometimes. I think about, I will never probably be in a place. That's why I'll never go caving.
That
Dude, I could
reminded
never
me-
go caving.
I'm gonna go caving. I love caving.
I would never.
love to
You're
go
gonna
caving.
die.
I would never.
Dude, have you seen the memes where they're just like, I'm 17 miles in, a snake just rooted in my asshole. This is my favorite type of day, babies. And they just keep going. They're like, this is horrible. Why do you like
Oh,
Ugh.
can
But
I-
this
can I-
reminds me.
no,
Hold on.
can
I
I
just
tell
think
you
I
why I
have to
wouldn't
talk
go
about something.
caving? Can
Hold
I
on.
tell you why I wouldn't go caving?
Yeah, sure.
It's because I literally get anxiety.
Yeah, man, whatever.
Because I literally get anxiety like walking out of elevators because I'm worried about it just cutting me in half. There is no way I would forcibly put myself in a tight ass cave where the slightest like movement of shit could just crush me.
I never been in something that tight.
I'm
but
afraid of
like,
getting stuck. I'm a pussy. I'm
Oh,
afraid of
getting
getting
stuck?
stuck.
Yeah.
Literally-
I'd go into something fairly tight, but nothing that would like. Shut the fuck up.
No,
Let
Anything
me
that
know.
I can comfortably
Val doesn't fuck
crawl
with
on.
that loose shit.
Here's the thing. I don't like the tightness of a turtleneck shirt. How am I gonna put my ass
See,
in
that's
a
the thing.
cave?
I could
I
go.
get
I could go like.
claustrophobic in a
'cause I just-
turtleneck.
it's kind of the same
I
thing.
will
Clay,
vomit if I put
where
on
like
a
I
turtleneck.
could go to a. Here's the thing. If I have to get on my hands and knees and crawl, and like okay,
I'm putting
so say we're in like a house, or so, let's say we're exploring an abandoned house or something, and I have to crawl through like maybe 10 feet of tumbling, but I know there's an opening on the other side. That's fine. I'm not like claustrophobic in that way. But when you're like, and I'm fine walking around caves, stuff like that, going underground, walking around open caves, that's fine by me. But if we're like 15 miles down or some shit, right? And they're like, you have to get on your hands and knees, and we genuinely do not know how long you'll be on your hands and knees for. And down there, I'd be like, I just won't fucking do it.
Mhm.
Like I don't want to be anything smaller, or once it gets to a point where I'm on my hands and knees, crouching is fine. Because then I could get on my hands and knees and it's more spacious. But if I'm on my hands and knees and that's when it starts to get tight, I'm out.
I'll be on my hands and knees, but I'm not gonna be like on my full belly. Like full belly's too much for me.
Do you mean
but
there's
I
people
could-
like squirm?
I could go like this though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
There's
I
some
could
people
crawl
that
on all
like crawl on their
fours.
belly for like 15, 14 miles.
I could never do that.
You know how you have your list of shit you just don't like?
Yeah.
I just made my first thing on the list, turtlenecks. Do not fuck with turtlenecks.
I love turtlenecks, but no,
Fuck
I
turtlenecks.
have a story for y'all that will, that is on this exact same topic of being stuck. Do y'all know about the oil pipe disaster?
Yes,
that
I
happened?
know all
Oh.
about
You
it.
know about it? Do y'all know it?
No.
Oh my
Mhm.
god.
It's Jimmy's knows what he's in for. So there's this video.
Do not show it. Do not show it to me.
I don't think it's do they have a video of it?
They have a
Video of what part specifically?
them getting sucked in.
I
No,
don't
I
The
know what
if
you're.
they
the
have
Oh,
moment
I know
before
what you're
disaster.
talking about.
I've never seen the video of it. I've just seen the TikTok clip.
I
with
can
it.
show you the
You mean,
video.
you mean
I
when
don't
the
really
guy
wanna
puts
see
his
it.
hand in, he just shunk?
Nope.
No.
I haven't. I don't know what you're
Do
talking
you want me
about.
to? Do you want to
Just
describe it? or
describe
do
it.
you
Yeah, I'm
wanna
gonna describe it to you, and then if you want to see it, Drew, I'll show it to you.
I do
It's-
not. I just want you to talk.
So, do y'all know how an oil rig pipe works?
Yep.
Mhm.
So they just rig up one pipe to either the mainland or to another oil rig or to whatever, but it's just this pipe that's underwater. And the pipe's a relatively big pipe in order to make sure that there's lots of oil flowing. It's big enough to fit a few people. And there's immense pressure inside of one of these pipes because they got to make sure that it's underwater, it's being crushed, it's being compressed, but it's also has to have oil flow through it. So there was a decommissioned one of these pipes, and they were trying to move it. They're trying to do some work, and this team of 5 people went underwater and then surfaced back up in this cage because it's a little box. So you've seen Pirates of the Caribbean, right? You know they walked underwater with the boat over their head
Yeah.
because it traps the air inside of it, so you can walk like that. They made a box basically like that, where it's just a box with a pipe and there's air inside. They went inside the box, and there was a cork. Basically, for all intents and purposes, it's a cork over the pipe. And so they were trying to get it open, but it was stuck. The cork was completely stuck inside of it. So obviously they have to do their job, so they were trying to get it open. And we have a body cam where one dude had I believe it was a body cam, maybe it was a camcorder. They're recording some way, somehow they're recording the video. And they're trying to fix it, get it open, get it open, get it open, get it open. Silence. Pop. And then a vast vacuum opens up inside, pulling all the air out from that little box they're trapped inside, and every last one of those men got sucked into the pipe. Complete and utter darkness. And they got tumbled around inside the pipe because it was big enough for basically remember what I was explaining about crawling?
Mhm.
There was enough room to basically get on all fours and crawl around. And they got tumbled around. They didn't know which direction they were. They don't know which direction they were sucked in from. They don't know anything. And so what happened was many of their bones were broken, and they are now in pitch black, almost as black as the oil. And there's no way for any of them to get out. They are completely stuck and trapped, helpless. But they're in a crew of 5 people. So, of course, they try to get out. 3 of the people decide that they're too badly hurt. They don't want to move. But 2 of the people are like, we will go out and we'll get you help. And one of these people was the captain of the team, like the team leader. And so he ventures forth with one of his crewmates.
There, by the way, this is important for the thing. The reason why they're able to communicate with each other is where they stop. There's the pipe bends, so there's air pockets in there, right? And the 5 men are in an air pocket where they're able to talk to one another. And they assess each other, they assess the situation, and the 2 of them inch forward. They're completely on their backs. Most of them, like, one arm wedged up, the other arm wedged to the side. They can't move around, and they have to, like, inch.
Shimmy.
Like this, like, shimmy for like, hundreds of meters.
Mm-hmm. And so 2 of the men decide to venture forward, one of them being the captain. And so they move forward, crawling along the pipe. Mind you, they have no idea if they're going the right way. They have no way of knowing if they're going the right way. The only thing they have is hope. Hope that they will make it through it. And as Jimmy said, there's bends in the pipe. There are areas where they have to travel completely submerged under a mix of water and oil. The soupy blackness that consumes all their being. And the other man, not the team captain, decides he can't go on any further. He's exhausted, he's inebriated, he can't do anything. And so he says, I'll catch up. Just go on without me. And the captain says, I'll come back and get you help. As hopeless as it is, he promised he'd come back for help, just as he promised his other 3 men that he'd come back for help. That promise will be important later.
They also find their scuba gear in the tank, which helps them.
That does help
Because
them.
which another super scary thing about this is that as they're going along, they find air pockets, but they have no idea how far it will be until they find another air pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So there's fully likely they'll go under there, search for an air pocket, and they'll just drown.
They'll drown.
But they find some scuba gear, which is
Mhm.
super important.
It is. That is a
because
very
that's how it
important part.
helps them continue going as far as they do.
And so the captain leaves.
I'm sorry. I'm confused on the scale of this pipe.
Hold on, I'll show
'Cause
you an image.
Your description made it seem like it was like
It's a
body
bit
width.
bigger than what Jimmy described,
No, it's not.
because they weren't completely constricted. They had enough
They're
room
not.
to
They're not
tumble
completely
around.
constricted. But again, they're not completely constricted. But they can't move themselves a different direction.
Oh no, they can't
That's what
change
I'm saying.
direction.
They can't change
But
direction.
they still tumbled around. There's enough room to tumble around.
That's why they have broken arms and limbs. Hold on,
Yeah.
I'll
The
show you.
only thing I can compare it to is like water park slides. And like some
Kind
of
of.
the ones I've been in. And like the one where you go like this and then you just shoot down it.
Yeah, it's
like
close
that
to that.
side.
It's close to
Because
that.
it's like it's enough where like I can like move and like sit up,
Mhm.
like kinda, but I can't like I couldn't like get myself head first.
Yeah. But
I
so
think I get it.
moving on with the story. So, as the captain's crawling along the pipe with the hopeless dream and intention of saving himself, returning back to his family, mind you, and saving the rest of his crew, he crawls up. And luck was on his side that day, because lo and behold, there's a light shining from the tip of the tunnel from where he fell through. Furthermore, as he shouted for help, help responded. There was a rescue team at the top of the pipe, in shock and awe that he was not only alive but calling out for help. They lowered down a rope to him in order to save him, and he was pulled up to safety. He survived. He's still alive to this day. And then, once he got recuperated, he told this search team the situation, about everything that was going on, about how he had 4 more of his men stuck down there, each one with different levels of injury, some unconscious and not even knowing if they are alive. The rescue team hears what he has to say, and they valiantly charge forward to save them. Except I'm lying to y'all. That would be too much. That would be too much risk. There's already 4 men down there. They can't risk the lives of more men to go down there into the pipe. So what do? They seal up the pipe.
That's not fully true because they go down there. They do send a scuba team down there. Yes, they do.
The 4 men died, and the company got sued.
No, but they sent scuba divers down there.
Did they send scuba divers
Yes.
down there?
They sent scuba divers down there, and they tapped along the pipeline to find them, and they heard tapping back. like they heard tapping back of the men, but the reason why they got sued is because the company still, even though they like, there's discourse over whether it got back to the heads of the companies that they heard the tapping or not, even though there was confirmed from the divers down there that there was tapping and all that back from it and all that. There's discourse of being like, did the heads actually hear it? Did the heads, is that where the scuba divers did actually hear tapping? There's discourse of if it was confirmed that people alive. They did send scuba divers down there though.
Okay.
And the
I didn't know
discourse
that
is the
part.
company still decided to be like, we're not risking any more.
Yeah, we're
lives.
not
no
risking.
one's going in to save them.
And so 4 men
So they did get sued. So.
died that day
Yup.
in a dark, mucky pipe with a mix of oil in their lungs and water in their eyes as they died in pitch black hopelessness. Except it wasn't entirely hopeless because they thought that their captain would come back to save them.
Yep.
But he never did.
It's not on him.
It's not on him.
It's not him.
This
The
not him
entire
at all.
story, you
Fuck
made
it.
it sound you were just
This
like,
sounds like, I don't know, the way you were talking is how
Oh,
I
no.
imagine when I was in 7th grade and I wrote and then I woke up.
No.
I
this
was
is-
mimicking
no,
an expo video because I saw that in an expo video. I was just mimicking its style.
No, you sounded like a scary story.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
I was going for that.
Yeah, it made me cringe, I'm going to be honest.
a little bit. But no, because you sounded like me and my friends went to go explore an abandoned. Like,
Right.
And little did we know that one of us wouldn't make it out that day. Like it's that kind of shit.
do you guys want to start wrapping up, Loki?
What?
I always
Again?
wrap it up.
Yeah, okay. Anything
I do
else you
kind of
guys
want to show you all
say?
the video of when the section opens up though, because we do have video of that,
No,
and it is
I'd
I'm
horrifying.
good.
rather not.
I'm good.
It's
Yeah.
horrifying.
Yeah, I can imagine it enough.
Or,
I got a pretty good picture in my mind.
I don't know, when you were telling that story,
That was so cringy.
when you were telling that story, I can only think of the guy that put his head into a particle accelerator.
Yeah.
He
And
survived
he's
that.
still alive.
Yeah. Why did he stick
You
his
wanna
head
know
in
one
a
of the worst
particle
videos?
accelerator?
He was doing maintenance and did not realize it was on.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Which
you-
is always so funny to
can
me
I
because
tell
it's
y'all one of
so
the
big
worst?
and like.
How do you not know that that's not on? But what?
One of the worst videos that I've ever seen.
Mhm.
Unironically.
Hmm.
It is a military training video where they are practicing with grenades, but they're dummy
Mm.
grenades. So instead of having the full power of a regular grenade, they have the power of about like your run-of-the-mill firework, right? Still fucking explosive,
Mm-hmm.
but not like blow your fucking head off,
Yeah.
right? Let me go change the camera.
We'll wrap after your story.
Loki, I don't want to
So-
get waffle lost tonight. I'm too tired.
We start spinning
I
bars.
want out, man. I was looking forward to that. Okay, but so the military guys are like practicing grenades, practicing pulling the pins and chucking them, and one guy pulls the pin and holds it, right? And it's like you can hold it as long as the
Yeah,
lever
as long as you
doesn't
don't
click
let go
off,
of the
right?
lever.
But what he didn't realize it had clicked off when he pulled
Oh
the pin.
yeah.
It had clicked off, and he was just holding it. And then he was holding it like slightly away from him. There were nobody around him. And then like right as he was about to go to grab it, about to go to throw it, it went off. And there's video footage of like I watched like the slow down footage, and I swear to God, like it goes one frame of his hand holding a grenade, and next like 3 frames it's explosion, and then 4th frame it literally looks like spaghetti. Like his hand is turned to ribbons. Like
I haven't seen that. You need to
fully
send it to
like
me.
from like halfway forearm up, it no bone, no tissue, no anything. It literally looks like tassels on the
It's
end
just like
of like
nerve endings.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
it literally like it
Ugh.
looks like stringy, like it looks like that silly string, like spray,
Mm-hmm.
right? But
Ugh.
just
Crazy.
coming out of his arm, and like it happens, and there is a blistering silence in the video. He doesn't scream. Nobody like for a second, nobody rushes over. It's probably like 30 seconds. Nobody like is rushing over because like it's all trainees and then like an instructor down the way, right?
Mhm.
And so it's just people realizing it slowly and just being silent, and then finally the dude starts like fucking wailing because it's also like, what do you like? It's
There's
gone.
nothing you can
do?
do at that
It's
point.
gone, and it's also
It's
like
like-
apparently it had like partially cauterized it too.
Because
God.
it's not like when you like if you get your hand cut off, you can get that reattatched. It's like this is destroyed.
gone.
It's like this is
You
gone.
vaporized your hand.
That reminds
your
me.
hand, your arm.
There's this video I saw. Y'all have seen like like on those huge ships, like North Sea ships, how like when they drop a chain and it's loose and then it tightens. Yeah, I saw a video.
Fuck.
There was a dude standing next to it. He just got vaporized.
Yep.
Dude.
One frame, one from he was there. The next one, it was just
just gone.
missed.
He's
I've
gone.
seen that guy.
He was
I've
dead.
seen that.
I've seen similar ones to that.
He's just
where
dead.
I've seen the close call ones and I've seen the bad ones where it's like they drop a chain off, but the chain at the end is they don't realize it's not attached to anything.
Mhm.
So as it's getting pulled, it does like a fucking whip.
Whip.
And I've seen
Dude, just
the ones
die.
where it gets really close to them, and I've seen the ones where these are huge,
Yep.
thousands
Tons.
pounds of chain, and they're just being
And
like
the
whipped
tension of that,
crazy quick. And like
you wouldn't feel anything.
I've
You would
seen
just
the
die.
ones I've seen the ones that vaporize people, and I've seen the ones that don't. Then they like get really, really fucking close and make like the crazy sound. I literally heard one time that there was a guy like next to it when it happened, and it like partially deafened
Yeah.
him.
Have you seen
I
the
was gonna
things
say-
with the ropes like snapping up on the end of the lines? Yeah, that
Yes.
can deaf people too.
Like I was gonna say, because
I think.
those
Mm.
chains when they snap, they can break the sound barrier.
Yeah, no, they
It's
do. That's what that
insane.
sound is.
Yeah, it's
When you like, you
insane.
can do that with a regular whip. You can do
Mhm.
that with a belt. That's what that.
A bit
sound
harder
is.
with the belt.
It's no, like but it's very. But you can do it with sticks. You can wave a stick in the air fast enough, and that little like whipping sound is breaking the sound barrier very quickly. But there's
that
one
sound.
there's one last video, and this is of an actual firework, and it's been on TikTok for a little bit. And I think even some people have like reacted to it and like laughed at it. But I like looked up the aftermath because I was curious. There's a video of a bunch of kids, probably like young teenagers, that go find a traffic cone. It's probably near 4th of July last year. And they put a firework in the traffic cone. A guy puts his hand at the end of the traffic cone and then like tries to blast it.
Why?
And it like shoots some smoke at the front. They cheer, and then the fucking firework explodes in the traffic cone, and the video cuts. Right?
Holy shit!
Like it shows,
Thank
and
God.
I mean, unironically, have y'all like it looks like I paused it and like found the video, put it in an editing thing, and went frame by frame. And
Bro's
there is
hand
literally like a frame where all you see is a black silhouette of his frame with just explosion all around him. I looked it up. He had like first he lost his hand.
Yeah.
His hand was gone. He had like huge like 3rd and 4th degree burns up his arm and on his face. And apparently it had like shrapnel from it had punctured his
Is there even
lung.
4th degree burns?
Yeah, it's down to bone. It's when bone burns.
Have you never
Oh, okay.
taken the online PE or just PE classes? Will they teach you that?
Mm-mm.
They'll show you images without warning.
No, not at all. They do not warn you. I mean,
Do you know what
had
I
known about
managed
it
to
for a
dodge and
while.
weave?
Yeah,
I
my-
managed to
our
dodge
dads
and
are-
weave
Yep.
I managed to dodge and weave the birth video, dude. I never had
saw
to
it.
watch it.
I never saw it too, but
I
I
never
did.
see it.
At
They
the
made me
county
see it-
fair, they
they
always
showed it to
showed
me
me the
in
cow
7th
birthing
grade.
video.
In a trailer outside of our middle school in 7th grade.
They were like
just like,
Drew
hey
Coker.
kids, and just
I think it's
full-
funnier if they
Family
just take
life used
you
to
out.
scare me
Aw.
bad.
Aw.
Like
That's the American
like
education system for you,
in
baby.
8th grade when I had to take it, I vomited
Mm.
out of fear, and I don't know why.
but yeah, I apparently there was like a GoFundMe for the kid
Mhm.
too. That was in the video.
Nah, if you do some dumb shit like that,
and apparently one of his
I'm not gonna donate to help
the
you.
person
Yeah.
filming was
You're
an adult,
horrible.
too, and they got in legal trouble
yeah.
because it was like endangering.
Were you might have been here that year, maybe not. This might have been right after you left this neighborhood.
Moral of the story: don't play with fucking fireworks.
Mhm.
Holy
know,
mother of
I was
God.
hit-
Well, if
I
you
was
had
hit with
just
a bit of
stopped the video,
firework.
he wouldn't have
I'm
gotten hurt.
getting
I
ready to
don't
talk about
Mhm.
this.
I've been hit with a piece of firework.
You were here because this was before April and Jim left. I remember April and Jim brought back an illegal firework.
Mhm.
No, it was not. It was James and Morgan's mother that had that firework, and it was like one of like that
I
shit
can't
that
remember
they
what it
used to go
was.
to North Carolina to buy. Like you
Mhm.
mean and they propped it out right outside on the street, right? Dad lit it, right? Because they had lit like 2 others, and it went way up and like went off, right? We're chilling there. We're like, imagine if it's in the middle of the room, right?
Yeah.
It goes thunk, and it bounces off the ground. The speed at which we were bolted in all directions. like Andy was there. It was like didn't Andy like freeze? Andy froze. That shit. I mean, it just blew up. Like a Vald got hit. I like weaved this thing. Dad got hit. People were just getting hit with this firework. That was
I
crazy.
don't think that's how that went.
That is how that went because I
Because
remember.
it didn't go thump and go back down. It was. We thought it was a dud. and we walked
Nope,
up. 'Cause
it-
I
it-
was
it-
I was
It
walking.
shot up and went right back down.
I don't remember that because what I distinctly remember because I got hit with it. Not too bad, but I was still hit with it. What I remember is it went off, but it was a dud. It didn't actually go thunk. It just didn't go.
No,
And I walked
it was
up to it.
inside of the tube. It shot. It didn't go up. Like it went up and back in the tube. Like it shot up less than a foot. It went because I heard it go thunk. Because I saw it went thunk, and it clicked with me what was happening. And I don't know. Like I remember watching it, and it clicked with me. Fucking Andy froze. Dad, Dad? Everyone just kind of yelled "run," and you were like, "Why is?" And then it exploded.
Mhm.
And because I managed to get behind where my car is parked now. It was where your car was
Yeah.
at the time.
I
And
don't
managed
think
to get
I
behind
don't
it.
think I even got any burn marks from it, oddly enough. I don't think
Mm.
I was actually hit by the piece of shrapnel. I think I was just in like the blast radius, but wasn't actually hit with anything.
If you were close, you'd know. Yeah,
Later
you'd
that
fucking know
day,
if you were close enough.
later that evening, after we're all like, "Oh my god," Dad fucked with me and lit a firecracker, and like I heard it, and I was like, "What do I?" And he threw it at my feet, and I didn't, and I looked down, and there's a firecracker right beside my bare foot, at which I went, "Oh!" and then and it just went pop. It didn't do anything, just scared
Yeah.
me.
But
That's
hilarious.
dangerous though.
My dad.
It was
has told me-
hilarious.
My dad has told me so many horror stories of like around 4th of July. Have you? I'm assuming you've
no,
gotten
because
similar.
my dad doesn't like to talk about work. Like, cause he doesn't come home and he's like, "Do you guys want to hear about the fucked up things
my
I
dad
saw?"
does it. My dad does it in the dad way of being like, "Hey, here's a story of a kid dying, so you don't do this."
Even my
Brothers Grimm?
dad just tells us don't do stuff because I've seen stuff on the job and he doesn't
I
talk
mean,
about
my
it.
dad does that too, but like if he
I don't know,
hears
my-
me, because like I had told him, I think at one point that I went to go hang out with some people with, and we like we're setting off fireworks by the river or something, and my dad heard that we were doing that and was like, "Hey, here's an in-depth story of how I had to respond to a guy who blew half his face off. Don't do that."
Oh, we did that. The three of us kind of did
When
when we were at the beach and we got really close to that guy that was setting off his own fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or what about when we were launching firecrackers out of PVC pipes? Or what about when we were making rockets out of PVC
Yep,
pipes?
we were making bottle rockets out of PVC
made-
pipes.
This was gunpowder.
I was about to say you guys
like
you
this
guys
is
called
not
me and you were
bottle
like,
rockets.
"Guys, we were
These
using
are
gunpowder."
rockets. There's gunpowder
So it was made
in
from.
calcium. Like
So I'm not gonna give the actual recipe because no, but it didn't use a lot of gunpowder. It used it a little bit as a catalyst, and
it was enough to shoot about 100 feet in the air and explode.
that was not the explosive part. The explosive part was not the gunpowder. It only acted as a catalyst.
Yes.
It was the other stuff
Yeah.
that was the actual explosive bit.
That was packed to shit. I mean, this was packed so tight to the point there was no caps on either side. We were packing it so tight it was fitting in this PVC pipe about yay big and was just exploding.
and then we
Breathe.
launched it from a trebuchet.
PVC pipe. Like you were running out of
PVC
air.
pipe.
No,
Grayson,
like I'm going back and thinking about
what was
that.
the stupidest thing we did?
What?
Is when we built one of those and then we launched it from a trebuchet.
That was cool.
We lighted it and then we launched it from a trebuchet.
trebuchet that we also built.
We built our own trebuchet.
That was dodgy because 9 times out of 10 it just went straight up
It
and
just
came
went up.
straight back down. We were lobbing rocks about this big and we would see it go up and we we would just bolt in all directions.
You know what would be a fun podcast?
What?
Like a
we
thing
do
to
we
do
do
on
the
next
grown-ups bow and arrow thing where we shoot it up and then we have to see who stands
one.
underneath it the
don't,
longest.
not the arrow.
Camera.
We do that with lawn darts.
Camera.
I'll do it in a sec.
Oh.
But
What do we
it
do-
w-
No,
the
let's
next
just wrap up real
No,
quick.
an idea for another podcast that
Yeah.
I think we should do is like times we should have died.
Definitely.
I think that would be fun. We can
Yeah,
wrap
that'd
up
be
once I
funny.
reset.
There between me and Jimmy, Jimmy's watched me almost die a couple times.
I'm pretty sure
I feel
I've
like-
got
I
the
feel like
most almost
you-
death stories
I feel
here.
like there hasn't been as many times I've almost died, Grayson.
I think I will
Uh,
say of all
I've
of us,
almost died a lot.
of all of us, I think I'm the closest.
You've
in
gotten the
one
closest to
instance,
death.
in one instance because I literally drowned as a kid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like that, I
you
was
want to talk about
dead.
drowning? Let's talk about Evan, yo.
I'm pretty sure I've
Turn
got.
that ice cream
fucking
blue
time.
ice
No,
cream
he turned the plastic spoon blue.
blue. Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
that was fuck.
Yeah.
Like he
Alright.
swallowed so much fucking water. It was
Yeah,
not
That
funny.
was crazy.
Like that was like probably one of my first panic attacks.
No,
Was
Grayson.
me just sitting on those stairs, just like.
I won't go into great detail. Remember I
I was
rolled down
gonna
the
die.
mountain?
Yeah.
That should have killed me.
That there's some good times.
I've almost died so many times.
Yeah.
Almost died
Alright.
so many times.
All right. Thank you
Bye,
so much for watching Trailblazers.
guys.
Be
Get us
safe.
to 300 so we can be
Be
smooth for
smooth.
you.
We love you.
Bye.
We will catch you in the next
Try
one.
to have a beautiful time. Bye.
Peace.
The flag.
That's not true.
You did.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
You literally stalked their
Why
Instagram.
is everybody gaslighting me today?
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Today?
What?